Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Wednesday, where every Wednesday I post a new video. In today's video we're going to be doing a fall gnome in a cup. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need a styrofoam ball. This is 2.8 inches and I cut it in half. So I just took a regular knife and cut it in half to make two parts. You're going to need a medium size styrofoam ball. I also cut this one in half. This is going to be the nose. And I have some random harvest packs of pumpkins and pine cones that I got from Walmart. And then you're going to need one foam roller, Dollar Tree. I also have some fall ribbon, also came from Dollar Tree. And you're going to need a piece of felt, any color of your choice. And I have a bunch of random leaves and things that I have here. That all came from Dollar Tree. And I'm using a 20 ounce Coca-Cola bottle. With the you're going to take the label off. And you're going to cut it in half. And you're going to need hot glue and a hot glue gun. And so yeah, I am going to go ahead and turn my camera down so we can just get into the video. So as you can see, and you're going to need obviously a cup and a saucer. So I've already went ahead and glued mine down to my plate. So it's nice and stuck. So this is what you're going to need. Also, I'm going to set that to the side. And I also went ahead and glued my styrofoam head to my bottle that I cut in half. I went ahead and cut that in half. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to cut that in half to the size that you want. And like I mentioned, I took my styrofoam head or ball. And as you can see in the back, I cut that in half, and then I went ahead and glued everything together because this needs to be glued first before we can do anything else. So once you get your styrofoam ball cut in half and glued down on the lip of the bottle, this is what it should look like. Now I am going to be putting my gnome in a red shirt. And what I did was I took an old shirt and I just cut the sleeves off, both sleeves. So I'll have one for the head and one for his shirt and then one for his hat. But you can use socks if that's what you have. This is what I had on hand. So I am going to go ahead and bring my gnome back. And we're just going to go ahead right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this over the head of my gnome. So we're just going to pop this on and we're going to pull it down. And I'm going to go ahead, pull that down just like this. We're going to leave that like this. And you're going to go ahead and take the rest of the shirt and we're going to go ahead and tuck that in just like this. And now I am just going to take the extra part of the shirt and I'm just going to pinch here like this. I am going to put a little bit of hot glue here. Try not to burn your fingers. Fold this over like that. Hold this here for a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down there. I'm just going to hold this, let that dry. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue this right down off in my teacup. So it's going to be like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some hot glue, a good amount of hot glue right on the shirt. It's not going to be seen, but you also want to make sure you put a good amount of hot glue. That way we can stick it down off in our cup. And even if some hot glue go down off in your cup, that's good, because the more you put in, the better hold you're going to get. So this is what it's looking like so far. And I'm just going to hold that and let it dry. So now that you have him glued in place, this is what he should look like. So now I'm going to just grab a couple different leaves. I really don't have a plan of how I want to decorate this just yet, but I'm just going to go with what feels right. So basically all I'm doing now is just playing around with a few different options. I haven't really glued anything in place yet because I'm not sure on how I want stuff to be. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue these back here because I kind of like the way this looks. So all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of hot glue and I'm just sticking these down off in here. So this is what it looks like from the back. And I think I want to take some of my leaves and just put it, or either maybe some of my other flowers. I'm just going to break these in half. And I'm just trying to see how I want things to look. So I'm just going to play around with different options. I'm just going to take my scissors and we're just going to cut this in half, cut that off, and I'm just going to take some leaves. I think what I'm going to do, let's turn it this way, is take some leaves, and kind of just stick them down off around here like this. I'm not real for sure on exactly how I want to do it, but I know I want some things down in the bottom. This is what I have so far. This is where it gets tricky because I have so many options. I don't even know exactly what I want to do. But I'm going to hold off on that and I'm going to come back to decorating that part. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my styrofoam ball and I'm just going to wrap it in felt, and then we're just going to go ahead and secure it to his nose. So let's put a little bit of hot glue right around the styrofoam ball. We're just going to stick that right down. I'm going to go around the top. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold everything together. So all I'm doing is just covering the foam ball with felt. and this is going to be the nose. Now once you get it all covered with felt, this is what it should look like. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick a spot where I want it. So we're going to put a little bit of hot glue right down on top. And we're just going to go ahead and stick this right about here. And we're going to hold that and let it dry. So now that we have our nose glued on, I am going to go ahead and open some of my little pine cones and pumpkins. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick a little bit. I'm going to stick one here. So we're going to turn it here. And I'm going to stick one of these. Right here like this. Like that. And I think I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to put one here. Like this. Okay, I'm going to change up a little. I'm going to take this one off, set that to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and put a pine cone here in a pumpkin. And we're just going to hold this and let that until it's glued down, until it's dry. So this is what it's looking like. So this is what it looks like so far. Now, I think what I want to do is take my cone, my flexible roller, and I'm just going to bend it in half to make two pieces, because these are going to be his arms. I'm just going to cut. So we have our two pieces cut in half, and here is a piece of the shirt that I'm going to be using for the sleeves. I'm just going to stick a little bit of hot glue there, and this is just to glue down these little pieces. So I'm just going to open that, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue there, and just going to stick that down. And I went with these because they are flexible, but I think I'm just going to cut a little more off to make them a little more smaller. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start here, and we're just going to roll. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue. Stick that right there, and we're just going to roll it. And I'm just going to put a little more hot glue here, and I'm just going to continue to roll. A little more. And I'm just going to go ahead, tape bind this, and secure it. Just like this. So that's what we left with. And I'm just going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue here, pull that just to secure it. And then we're just going to go ahead, I'm just going to cut off a little bit, the extra. And now I am going to take some hot glue, put this in here like that, take my fingers, pinch it to seal. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other one. So now we have 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and bend it like this, because I want it to be just like that. So this is what it's going to look like, and I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue on that, and we're just going to glue that in place. So I'm just going to tuck it back here. I'm just going to hold that just like this. And I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue, put that right there, and glue that right on top. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just going to turn this here to see about where I want it. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that in place. So now that you have your arms in place, this is what it should look like. So we're going to take some more of that same color felt that we used for the nose, and we're just going to cut out little circles to cover his hands. So we're just going to go ahead and just cut out little circles, just big enough to cover the white part of the roller. And I'm going to cut off one more. Push that to the side. And we're just going to go ahead and cut out one more piece. So now we have 2. Going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue here and here. And we're just going to go ahead and stick these right on top. Same thing to the other one. Just going to stick that just like this. And this is what we have so far. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of faux fur. If I didn't mention that, you're going to need faux fur, any color of your choice. I'm going with white, and we're just going to go ahead and attach his beard. So I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue right on here. And very carefully, I am going to attach it. And this is what we have so far. And I'm just gonna, now I'm going to take the other part of that red sleeve that we have here, and we're just going to go ahead and make his hat. So I'm just going to stick this on here just like this. So this is what we have. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to go around the whole hat and put hot glue all the way around the hat. So once you go around the whole hat, this is what it should look like. And I have this little piece right here in the back that I closed up. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue like this. And I'm just going to hold this here just for a minute and let that dry. So while that's drying, I am going to go ahead and take some of these little bitty balls. I'm going to take that out, take one out like this, and I'm just going to stick that right here. just kind of decorating the hat any way you want to. I'm just going with what feels right. I didn't have a set plan in mind of how I wanted to do this. I'm just kind of winging it. So we have that there. I think I'm going to take one of my pine cones, and that may be a little too big to put on here, so I may not use a pine cone. I'm going to look at my little different leaves here, see if I can find a small leaf. Maybe if we tuck it like this, maybe. I kind of like that, so I'm going to go with that. I'm just going to stick a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to put a little back here and hold that, glue that down in place. So this is what it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start decorating the bottom of my plate. And I'm just going to grab these random leaves that I have here. So this is what I have. And I have some of these. And I'm just going to go ahead and start putting some leaves down. And I won't glue anything in place until I'm sure of my placement of how I want it to look. And now I'm going to start gluing everything down. So this is what I have so far, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab some random leaves, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one in half, so I'll have 3. And I want to put a little bit of greenery up in here. So just put a little bit of hot glue down on the back and just find somewhere to stick it. I got another little styrofoam pumpkin. And I think I'm going to stick that one maybe I won't use that one. I don't know just yet. I'm steady trying to figure this out as I go. Got a little bit of more leaves here. So I turn this here. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue down through here. And I'm just going to overlap my leaves like that. And let's go with this one. And I'll stick that one here. So once again, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue down through here. And I'm just going to take this and we're just going to stick that right there. Doesn't matter if it hangs over a little bit, it's fine. And this is what we have. I think I'm going to add some more of these little bitty, I don't want to add too much because I don't want to make it too busy. But I think these little styrofoam balls are super cute. So I'm just going to use a few of them. So this is what we have. I don't think I want to do anything else to it. I think I'm going to leave it like this because I don't want it to be too much, but I feel like I want to put something right here. So maybe him holding a little pumpkin. Think that would be cute. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and add that pumpkin but I'm going to cover up. I got a little bit of a gap, and I'll turn it around and show you where it's at, and then I think I'm going to fix it. So when I put my pumpkin in, I see that I have a gap here and here, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover these with these little beads or styrofoam balls. So I'm just going to stick these in place and just cover the little gap. Going to go ahead to the other side. Let's grab these. Cut this here. Put a little bit of hot glue down through there. I turn it around. So basically all I did was cover those little gaps, and I'm just going to stick my pumpkin at an angle just like that. And this is what I have. But I haven't glued anything down yet. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to grab a different type of pumpkin. I think I like this one better. Yeah, let's go with this one. So we're just going to stick a little bit of hot glue on the side here and over here. And then we're just going to put a little bit on the bottom. And then we're going to set this here so he can hold it. And here he is. And I'm just going to go ahead and move this out of the way because we are done. And here he is from the front. And here he is from the back. I'm going to go ahead now and turn my camera up so y'all can see me. And once again, here he is. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to share this video with your family and friends. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, I hope you all have a very nice day. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot. Thanks again and have a nice day. Bye.